first, news with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday. It is March 29th. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist James DeFazio is in the Weather Center tracking these drastic temperature swings from one end of New York to the other. I mean, the more striking number that I was hearing this morning is what is the temperature in New York and then the temperature in Boston? That was striking to me.
It's going to be a huge difference. I'm
Huge
not sure
gap.
exactly what they gave, what numbers they gave you,
Right.
but probably about a 50-degree temperature
And
difference.
we're seeing those changes, those drastic differences here as well.
Almost a 50-degree difference in temperature from the Pennsylvania border to the New York border. It's incredibly impressive. Across New York State, I should say across central New York alone, we have a really impressive spread. We're near 33 degrees. We're near the freezing mark in northern Herkimer County. We're in the mid-50s in southern Otsego County. So that's a big swing. But when you take a look at New York State, it only gets more drastic. Saranac Lake, 24 degrees and seeing snowfall. 59 degrees down here in Poughkeepsie. Down within the city in the boroughs, they're actually into the mid-60s already. It's going to be a very wet weekend. We're tracking plenty of wet weather. We're going to have rain showers today. It's going to be a little bit warmer on Sunday, but showers remain on Sunday. But all of us warm up. We all get into the 50s on Sunday. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. A couple of pinks showing up in the extreme higher elevations. That is some ice, some light icing occurring. All of that is going to stay north of our area, just barely. So if you're doing any traveling north of Old Forge or into the Adirondack Park or even into northern Lewis County, please use caution. Otherwise, we're just going to be seeing your general variety showers today. It's damp and dreary in downtown Utica. It's going to be a rather gloomy day. 40 degrees and cloudy up in Rome. Luckily, it's not going to be too breezy today, only a 5-mile-an-hour wind. Those scattered showers are going to be around for the entirety of the day. Our high is relative because it's going to be about 48 degrees for a high in the Mohawk Valley, but you can add 10 degrees if you're to the south, and you can subtract 10 degrees if you're across the north. We'll have more information coming right up. Katrina?
What a fun forecast for you, James. Well, in Oriskany,
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday morning. Our tower cam is really giving a good picture of what to expect for the entirety of the weekend, and that is just gloomy weather. It's going to be a very overcast, wet weekend, but we are going to see a little bit of variation, especially during the first half of the weekend. Take a look at what we have issued right now. Across the northern portions of the area, completely different weather than the area than any of the conditions south of I-90. But north of I-90, particularly the northern portions of even these purple polygons, are under winter weather advisories for the chance for light freezing rain. Freezing rain is going to really be, I really think it's going to be primarily across Hamilton County, extreme northern Herkimer County, extreme northern Lewis County, and extreme northern Oswego County. I do think that southern portions of these counties will stay relatively warm enough, just barely, to avoid any significant icing. Downtown Utica, wet roadways. Give yourself some extra distance to stop if you're doing any traveling out there, because there is a tad bit of ponding out there after last night's rainfall. We have a large variance in temperature across New York State today, and as well as central New York. A very wet weekend ahead in store, but warmer temperatures return before the end of the weekend. It's 40 and cloudy up in Rome, only a 5-mile-per-hour breeze, so not too windy for once, which is nice. We get a little break from the wind this weekend. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar showing up across the North Country, north of the viewing area, the Watertown area, St. Lawrence County, seeing some sleet and freezing rain. The rest of us, plain rain, and the farther south you go, the warmer you get in terms of temperature. We're in the 30s across the North Country, mid-40s across central New York, and as you get down into the southern valleys, it's into the 50s. Very large variance in temperature, all the way from the low 30s all the way almost to 60 degrees, almost a 30-degree difference in temperature across our area. And while that difference is going to last today, as we head into tomorrow afternoon, we are all going to warm up. We're all going to climb well above the mid-40s. Today, we're going to see plenty of showers. Widespread rain returns this afternoon, continues this evening. Overnight showers are rather scattered, but as we head back into Sunday, widespread rain all day Sunday, with slightly warmer temperatures, highs in the mid-50s as opposed to mid-40s. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, the weather only continues as we head into Monday. We're tracking a cold front on Monday. It's going to get nice and warm. We warm up all the way into the mid-60s, but we have the chance for some severe weather. Keep an eye with us. We may have to upgrade Monday to an alert day. We're tracking the chance for severe thunderstorms with the passage of a cold front Monday afternoon and early evening. Anyone know the answer to
D.
that? Correct.
When they don't move, they're stationary.
Yes, I had to look up the actual official definition. The official definition is when the air masses are advancing at slower than 5 knots. And 5 knots is about 6 miles per hour. So they don't have to be completely stationary, but they have to be nearly stationary. And they can form from either a warm or a cold front that ends up stalling, and they can last hours or days.
Which is the case here. We're stuck in between two fronts right in the middle, and we're going to get rain.
Right, we're on the side of two different air masses.
Okay.
So the front has turned into a stationary front. And we have the cold air mass to the north, which is why St. Lawrence County is getting the freezing rain, and the warm air mass to our south, and we're stuck in the middle.
I like it. Thank you so much. And welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. Get you over to the Weather Center with meteorologist James DeFazio. He can't decide what the temperatures are going to be depending on where you are in the state.
You got to let me know where you're at, and then I can give you a general idea.
We're stuck in the middle.
The farther south you go, the warmer you're going to be. The farther north you go, the colder you're going to be, which I guess you could say for most of the time, but not all of the time. But take a look at this spread in temperatures across central New York. I don't even have to show you the full state. Just locally, northern Herkimer County, we're right near the freezing mark, Big Moose at 33 degrees. Down in southern Otsego County, 54 degrees in Oneonta, a big spread in temperature. Look at this temperature spread from Binghamton to Watertown. We're almost up to a 30-degree difference in temperature over that very short distance. In the city, in the just north of the city as well, they're into the 60s, into the low 60s. A huge spread in temperature with a stationary front right across central New York. It's a classic setup for us to see this juxtaposed weather. It's going to be a very wet, gloomy weekend. It's going to be slightly warmer tomorrow, but the showers remain through the weekend, and they're actually going to be around on Monday as well. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, a couple of pinks showing up in the extreme higher elevations. That is where it is still below freezing. Some freezing rain up in St. Lawrence County and in Hamilton County, extreme northern Lewis County. The rest of us just seeing plain old rain showers, which is making for some damp roadways out there. Very gloomy skies in downtown Utica. It's going to be rather overcast through the weekend. 40 degrees and cloudy up in Rome. 5-mile-an-hour breeze out of the east. Winds are going to be down this weekend, which is nice. We're not going to have a blustery weekend with all of this rain. The winds do pick back up on Monday. Scattered showers remain for the day today. Highs in the mid-40s across the Mohawk Valley, mid-30s across the North Country, mid-50s across the Southern Valleys. We'll have more information coming up. Katrina?
Thank you so much, James. The Otsego.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday morning. A very gloomy, overcast look off of our tower cam, and unfortunately, that's going to be the story of the weekend. We're going to see a lot of gloomy, overcast weather. But today, temperatures are a big story because it's a big variation in temperature across central New York. Take a look at downtown Utica, which is right in the middle of the temperature variation. Downtown Utica seeing overcast skies. We're in a break in the showers right now in downtown Utica, but wet roadways still. seen rain on and off overnight and through the morning hours. We're tracking a few things. Today, that large variance in temperature, we have a stationary front parked right across the Mohawk Valley. We're going to show you the temperature map here in just a second. There's a huge disparity in temperature from northern New York versus southern New York. A wet weekend for the entirety of the weekend. We're going to see showers through Sunday. And then warmer weather does make its return before the end of the weekend. It's a much warmer day. I shouldn't say much warmer, but it is a warmer day tomorrow than it is today. 40 degrees and cloudy up in Rome, only a 5-mile-per-hour breeze. We're not going to be dealing with wind like we have over the last couple of weeks. We've seen some very windy weather this March. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, very busy. You can see the station just to the north of the stationary front, we have pinks showing up north of our viewing area. That is where freezing rain is falling. We have winter weather advisories in effect for extreme northern Lewis, extreme northern Herkimer, and Hamilton counties. If you're doing any traveling across the North Country today, be mindful that these icy conditions are going to last through the morning hours. Elsewhere, the rest of us just going to be seeing plain rain showers. You can see a huge disparity in temperature with that battle between the two air masses right along the I-90 corridor. We have temperatures below freezing across northern New York. We have temperatures that are in the spring, that are spring-like in the upper 50s already across the southern tier. We're going to have plenty of moisture working in as this front continues to train in our direction throughout the weekend. But fortunately, it looks like we're going to avoid the worst of it in terms of ice. The icing maximum is really going to occur over Hamilton counties and points northward, north of our viewing area. Areas north of our viewing area, such as St. Lawrence County, and as you get closer to the Canadian border, really going to see quite a bit of icing. Today, though, scattered showers. They become a little bit more localized and steady as we head through the evening hours. Scattered overnight. As we head back into Sunday, though, they become widespread yet again. Widespread rain for almost the entirety of the day on Sunday. The one silver lining for Sunday is that it is slightly warmer. We warm up into the mid-50s region-wide and not just across the southern tier. Your 7-day forecast, the one thing we want to highlight especially is Monday. We're tracking the chance for some severe weather. Thunderstorms look to arrive Monday afternoon. As of now, we are not upgrading to an alert day, but keep tabs with us. We may have to pull the trigger on one. We're going to be tracking that through the weekend and obviously through the day on Monday, and that looks to arrive mid-afternoon Monday, early evening Monday. Anybody know the answer to this question?
You know our director knows the answer to everything.
I can't believe it. I had to look it up because I didn't know. It is actually B. It was the Turkey earthquake back in, and I don't want to leave Syria out because they were also right near the epicenter. But yeah, it was actually a 7.8. That was the last one that was equivalent or larger to what happened in Myanmar yesterday. The January 1st, 2024 date's referring to the Japan earthquake, which ended up being a 7.5 after it was re-rated. So it wasn't quite as strong as yesterday. So yesterday's earthquake, really a point I'm trying to make was very strong.
And just really devastating. You know, when you really just think of the death toll there, it's devastating. It's sad.
It's sobering.
Yeah, it's huge.
Sad.
All right. We will be back after this.
With Ben Kinney.
Good evening. It was a wild day of weather in the Northeast today. To our south, 50s and 60s. To our north, an ice storm. What impacts will we see from it here locally? Meteorologist James DeFazio is tracking it all in the Weather Center tonight. Smith Hill looking more like Silent Hill.
Exactly. We remain right in the middle right now. This camera is not broken, I promise you. This is what it looks like out our window right now. It is almost near zero visibility up here on top Smith Hill, and we're seeing plenty of areas that are having visibility issues. Current watches and warnings, we have winter weather advisories in effect for Lewis and northern Herkimer counties. Hamilton County has been upgraded to an ice storm warning, and that is in effect until 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Temperatures, as been mentioned, very variable across the region. The North Country, 34 degrees. A couple of pockets below freezing are possible in northern Lewis and northern Herkimer counties. But as we head towards the southern hills, it's 46 in Oneonta and 47 in Sherburne, upper 40s. The drastic difference only increases as you look across the state. 30 degrees with heavy freezing rain in Watertown, 27 in Saranac Lake, 31 in Glens Falls, It's currently 81 degrees in Staten Island. It's a bit of a juxtaposition across New York State. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, plenty of freezing rain falling back towards the Finger Lakes south of Rochester, as well as across the extreme north country, northern Lewis and Hamilton counties. The rest of us just seeing plain rain showers. Rain about to work into the Utica area, currently still dry with very overcast skies. 39 degrees with cloudy conditions, 3-mile-an-hour breeze. That may creep up between 10 to 15 miles per hour, but overall it's not going to be overly windy. Tonight, those rain showers continue. Lows are going to be in the mid to upper 30s, approximately 37 degrees. Coming up, we'll have more information on what is ahead in terms of rainfall. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much. Parts of Oriskany under a...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday evening. We're tracking a wide variety of things across Central New York. We are currently seeing wet weather. We're in the middle of a front across Central New York. It's icy to the north. It's warm to the south. As you can see on the tower cam, we have widespread fog across Central New York as well. Take a look at downtown Utica, where it's beginning to rain. It's just started. Some light showers have just begun to work in. It's very overcast. We have a thick cloud layer in place. And that's going to continue through the rest of the weekend, unfortunately. We are below the fog layer here in downtown Utica, but there is widespread fog. We'll show you the visibility map here in a moment. Wet weather continues tonight and tomorrow. Isolated pockets of ice are around across the northern portions of the viewing area. Areas of fog this evening are creating poor visibility across all regions of the area. And then warmer temperatures arrive on Monday, but so do thunderstorms. We're tracking the chance for some isolated, some isolated severe weather. 39 degrees with cloudy skies up in Rome, 3-mile-an-hour breeze, so not too much of a wind chill factor at play. The Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is lit up like a Christmas tree. We have plenty of freezing rain all along the south shore of Lake Ontario, all across Lake Ontario, across Jefferson County, across St. Lawrence County. Some freezing rain beginning to work into northern portions of Lewis County now, even extreme northern portions of northern Herkimer County, Hamilton County now getting into freezing rain. And those areas are going to be the areas that see these areas of this period of freezing rain. Temperatures across Lewis County, 30 degrees. Across Hamilton County, a little bit warmer, but again, we may dip down a couple of degrees, which is why we're going to see that we are going to see some icing across the really northern portions. The southern portions of the viewing area don't have anything to worry about. It's going to be all plain rain. Some areas across New York State seeing almost no visibility, only 2 miles of visibility being reported in Hamilton. We have a big stream of moisture along this frontal boundary, and it's going to continue to inundate us over the course of the rest of the weekend. As for ice accretion, Hamilton County is really the focus for within our forecast area. If you drive north of our area to Jefferson County or St. Lawrence County, you will have issues. Within our area, the issues should be confined to Hamilton County. It's going to be a windy stretch. We have 4 consecutive days of 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. Going to be rather breezy. Non-stop rain this evening. A short break overnight. It's going to be more scattered showers, but by tomorrow morning, widespread rain returns. Widespread rain through the day on Sunday. More showery through Sunday evening. As we head towards Monday morning, one last quick little burst of showers before we dry out. Monday morning starts the day cloudy. Your 7-day forecast, again, we're tracking warmer weather and thunderstorm chances for Monday. Highs are going to be in the mid-60s.
The news with Ben Kinney.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It's been a weird day of weather, to say the least. To our north and south and west and east, pretty much everywhere except Utica, we're seeing freezing rain tonight. How long is it going to last? And is central New York and the Mohawk Valley going to be affected by it? Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist James DeFazio is there. And to say the least, I mean, I think I captured it perfectly with that.
We're incredibly lucky. Almost everyone around us is seeing some level of wintry precipitation, but almost everyone within our viewing area has not seen
It's
too much ice
unbelievable.
accretion. I know, it's really only within the Adirondack Park, within Hamilton County. It's the only county that's under an ice storm warning. They're the only ones that are really expected to see any ice accretion or accumulation. 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of ice is possible across Hamilton County by tomorrow morning. We still have this temperature spread across central New York as the stationary front remains right along the I-90 corridor. Right around the freezing mark in northern Herkimer County, 32 degrees in Big Moose. We're in the mid-40s in Otsego County down in Oneonta, a big difference. We also have quite a bit of fog out there tonight. There's some poor visibility all over the place, and it's changing locations. One location has not stayed very foggy versus the other. Binghamton a little while ago had 10-mile visibility. They're down to completely 0. Hamilton's gone from 3 miles to 10 miles back to 7. So if you're doing any traveling, be aware that there are areas of poor visibility out there. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is lit up like a Christmas tree. We have snow up in Ontario. We have sleet up in extreme northern New York. Widespread freezing rain across Lake Ontario, Jefferson County, Hamilton County, Fulton County, north of the Capital District, as well as the south shore of Lake Ontario. But across central New York, just plain old rain because we are above freezing. Very damp conditions in downtown Utica, 39 with light rain. Tonight, lows 37 degrees, and that's going to occur right around midnight. We're actually going to slowly warm up as the night progresses. Coming up, we'll let you know just how wet the rest of the weekend is going to be. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much. Parts of a risk getting under a boil water.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday evening. It's a very gloomy, very wet, very gloomy, wet evening across central New York. But unfortunately for us, the wintry weather, which is north of here, just north of our frontal boundary, has stayed out of our viewing area, which has been a very close call. Take a look at downtown Utica. You can get an idea of what I'm talking about. It looks very soggy down there because it is. They've been seeing steady rainfall for several hours now. Plenty of water on the camera. There is even some standing water or some ponding on the roadways. So if you're doing any commuting tonight, give yourself some extra time to stop, just in case there is some water on the roadways. It may take a little extra distance. Wet weather continues tonight and tomorrow. Isolated spots of ice over the extreme high elevations of Hamilton County tonight. Areas of fog continue this evening and tonight and are creating poor visibility. And this is a rolling fog. It's in and out and it's intermittent. So it's going to be around on and off throughout the night. So again, use caution if traveling. And then warmer temperatures arrive Monday, as do thunderstorms, though, in the afternoon and evening. 39 degrees with light rain up in Rome, 7-mile-an-hour breeze out of the east. And we're only going to be seeing a light breeze tonight, only about 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar has everything everything that the radar has to offer out there for you tonight. Snow up to the north, up by Canada. We have some sleet right near the Canadian border. Widespread areas of freezing rain across northern New York, freezing rain across the south shore of Lake Ontario. But here in central New York, we are hanging on to warmer temperatures, and we are only seeing plain rain. There is no icing going on in our viewing area, with the exception of Hamilton and northern Fulton counties. Temperatures across the state continue to remain variable, much colder to the north as opposed to the south. And locally, you can see we're, for the most part, almost entirely above freezing. Lowville, the one exception, being below freezing. Everyone else, as you move further south, farther above freezing. The areas of visibility that are relatively poor, right now Binghamton is the one reporting absolutely no visibility. That fog is really thick at times, so use caution. Ample moisture along this front that is just going to continue to work its way through. And we are going to see widespread rain all day tomorrow. About 1/10 to 2/10 of ice accretion across the higher hilltops of Hamilton County. But overall, we dodged a bullet across central New York. It's going to be breezy the next 4 days, but not windy. 10 to 15 mile per hour winds over the next 4 days. Not enough to be windy, not enough to be calm either. That widespread rain returns by tomorrow morning. Showers continue throughout the overnight, on and off. Widespread rain, though, throughout the day tomorrow. We warm up nicely. We do get into the 50s, but it's almost an entirely washout of a day. As we head into the early evening hours, the showers become a little bit more scattered, but that doesn't last. We end up with widespread rain for one more shot through the first half of the overnight. We end the night with just cloudy skies into Monday morning. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, the one thing to highlight on Monday, we have highs getting up into the mid-60s. It's going to be a sunny start today, but we're tracking a cold front which comes through in the evening. It's going to be bringing widespread thunderstorms late afternoon, early evening.